Hello and welcome to the news here on Magic Bricks Now. I am Krishna Kumar. Let's take a look at the top stories that we're tracking. Another Bengaluru shocker caught on tape. 6 perverts groping and molesting a woman in Kamanahalli area in Bengaluru on New Year's Eve. The police have detained 12 men. 3 days since the night of horror on Bengaluru's MG Road, the police still have no leads and have made no arrests. And in Mumbai, finally a breakthrough in the sensational rape and murder case of the 24-year-old physiotherapist. A month after the incident, the police finally rounds up 2 suspects for questioning. Let's get straight to it then. Another shocking video has surfaced in Bengaluru where a woman is seen getting molested by 2 men on a bike. CCTV cameras on the street captured this horrific incident which occurred in the city's Kamanahalli area. The CCTV footage which surfaced shows a woman getting down from an auto rickshaw stopped by 2 men on a bike. The pillion rider then gets down and molests her. He pushes her to the ground and few months later, the 2 goons flee the place after the victim raises an alarm for help. My colleague Shrija in Bengaluru gets us this detailed report. Take a look.
A few hours after a mass molestation took place in the heart of the city, that is MG Road, another incident, horrifying incident took place here, especially on the 5th main road of 7th Cross in Kamnali. In fact, what we know is that a woman was groped and mobbed by 2 bike-borne men. Also, this particular assault was, in fact, clearly filmed in these particular CCTV cameras, which was here installed in one of these houses. Also, what we know is that, as you can see on your screen, that is the video that we have got. 2 men are seen passing the women on a scooter before turning around and stopping a few feet. Also, the pillion gets off the bike and in fact intercepts the woman and also tries to molest her and drag her and later throws her to the ground. Also, what we know is that an FIR has been lodged, that is the suo moto. Also, what we know is that this particular FIR has been lodged and filed under 341, that is wrongful restraint, under 354 Class A and 354 Class B, assault or criminal force on women with intent to outrage her modesty of the Indian Penal Code. So far, what we know is that 12 people have been detained based on suspicions. Clearly, these incidents in the past 3-4 days, what we understand is that the women's safety has been put on scanner, especially in Bengaluru. In Bengaluru, Shrija for Magic Bricks Now.
As all of you know, I had promised to the citizens that if any person, any lady comes to us with a complaint of molestation, we will not wait even for a minute to register a criminal case and take it to logical conclusion. I had also mentioned that even without a complainant, if we on our own get even an iota of evidence of molestation anywhere in the city, we will definitely take it to logical conclusion. And even I had also said that if any other person gives us any information about any such case, the complainant did not come to us, we will go to her and definitely take the case. Pursuant to my appeal, yesterday night we received a very credible evidence about a case of molestation on the midnight of 31st. We had no doubt about it. It is a case of molestation, of course, clubbed with some attempt to robbery, etc. We did not waste any time. We have registered a criminal case suo moto without waiting for complainant, without even talking to her, because what is visible and which is a credible evidence, there is no need to delay. We have taken, we have set the criminal action in motion. The police teams are working. I do not want to reveal anything about the identity of the accused or even location. I would even appeal to the media to make our task easy by not revealing the identity of the complainant or the victim or even the location, because it can be very embarrassing and it can even hamper our investigation. That is our approach.
Since the police station is very close by, some 600-700 meters we are away from the station. It's very walkable. And we have never come across such incidents, but this was very disturbing. We came to know, we went to church and we came back, slept. We stay in second floor. And the following evening around 5 o'clock, these two girls approach us. And that's when we played back the footage and we came across such a disturbing incident.
Okay.
And they had lost their purse with money and cards. So I just instructed them to inform the police and block the cards. I presume they would have done. And from there it goes on. Then the police visited us and we have shared the DVR to them, and they've filed an FIR and they've initiated the process of investigation.
Okay. This was around 2:30 in the night. There obviously are a few people on the streets. There very little vehicular traffic as well. So how safe are these neighborhoods where you are for a woman to walk?
It is a little difficult. I mean, a woman coming out alone in the night, it's quite difficult. But then it's safe. But since the police station is very close by, I don't think any kind of such incidents should take place again.
Okay. Well, we've seen a 2-minute clip. I'm sure you have a better picture. So I'm just going to ask you, did you feel that there were people who saw this happen and they did not come to their help? Did you feel that, or was there a bike that came in?
There were 2 other bikes standing and watching this incident that's been taking place. And nobody comes to save this girl.
My family, we had gone out for a Christmas party at 2 o'clock, which we came back 2 o'clock, and we seen one girl screaming, like, help me, please help me, somebody help me. Like, by the time we could come out and see what was happening, the incident already took place, and the girl ran, and the guys on the bike, they also left from there. And other onlookers were just going on seeing, and nobody were trying to help. And we didn't know what exactly was happening. By the time we could realize, already it had happened.
It is really sad because saying that girls can't even go out like late at night. It's not about the gender actually. Like even girls, even as a girls, we just want to go have fun, not in the other ways. But normally, as a normal girl, we just want to go have fun. But seeing this thing, it's like it really saddens us. It's really discouraging.
I request the Home Minister and I request Vinay Acha also to press on the Home Minister to take the stern actions, and I would like to request the government to give a free hand to the police to take on the culprits, because somewhere we have to political class has to think on that somewhere this Gunda elements knows that somebody will protect us ultimately. So I request not only the government but all political personalities to see through in this episode, and we have to take strict actions on culprits. And one more request I want to make to the court also, because sometimes court gives bail to these criminals on some other grounds. So court also should be very cautious in giving bail to the such elements, because they understand that by after doing anything we will go on some advocate will come to their rescue, or some people will come to their rescue, and they will get the bail.
We are very disturbed to hear about these incidents happening not just in Karnataka but throughout the country, and it is not just about policing, and even men should be responsible. Haven't they been brought up by mothers to respect women? And I think we have a very serious problem about the judicial system in this country, where there is such a low conviction rate for even rape victims. Something needs to get done very seriously. I think the police will take absolute serious action against this, and they have to be brought to book. They have to be punished. The sections under which the case has been filed are very strong, and they should not only just be allowed to be hidden inside the police cell, put into jail. They should be paraded in public.
And shamed in public.
They should be shamed in public. Right. And only then others will have some fear.
Until now, 12 people have been detained by the Bengaluru police for questioning on that particular case. Meanwhile, after 3 days of outrage over the molestation of several women in the heart of Bengaluru, the police have finally registered an FIR as the incident sparked widespread fury with no action from the police. Bengaluru's new police chief, Praveen Sood, through a series of tweets, said that his team was working on the case silently. We have my colleague Shrija getting us more details on this report. Listen in.
It's been 4 days since the mass molestation incident that took place at the stroke of midnight on MG Road. In fact, Bengaluru City Police Commissioner Praveen Sood has finally clarified that they have spent hours sifting through the footage from 45 CCTV cameras and have found no evidence of molestation, and no arrest can be made because of that. The City Police Commissioner also told us that they were going to release the unedited version of the 2-minute footage of the alleged case of mass molestation on Police Commissioner's Twitter handle. Also, Praveen Sood, despite elaborate police security arrangements, women were molested. And remember, all this happened despite the presence of 1,500 policemen deployed on MG Road, Brigade Road and also Church Street. In Bengaluru, Shrija for Magic Breaks Now.
Two horrific incidents on New Year's night from the city of Bengaluru. While the whole country is hanging its head in shame, some netas like Abu Azmi and Karnataka's Home Minister, Mr. Parameshwara Rao, shamelessly went on to make sexist remarks and blamed women for such incidents. Their remarks has led to public outrage. Listen then to some reactions coming in on them.
I think as Bangaloreans, we should be ashamed, hang our heads in shame that the community and the society, onlookers, spectators did not take any action, did not even go to the rescue of that girl. And it is so shameful that these are the same people who are tweeting and posting their stuff on Facebook, everything every 2 seconds. But when it comes to real life, stand as mute spectators. But I also squarely want to place the blame on politicians who make these kind of statements, because of which men think that they can get away with everything. The politicians who continue to put the onus, the blame on women to be safe and be protected. They do not want to take the responsibility that the system is not functioning, the mechanism is not efficient, that the judiciary is not punishing the men, and the men think that whatever happens, nobody is going to do anything to them. And this responsibility the politicians must take completely and primarily. They must stop making these shameful, obnoxious statements.
I strongly condemn what has happened in Bengaluru on a New Year's Eve New Year. And I think for one line statement of the Home Minister, the Karnataka police had taken adequate measures, although the police force is inadequate. But they have registered an FIR and are looking at the video footage. Whoever is responsible shall be punished.
So did you speak to J. Parameshwara for
I've spoken to him.
It's absolutely appalling that Mr. Abu Azmi should make such kind of statement against women. In fact, this is a misogynistic statement. This does not behove well of any leader to pass such comment. In fact, this is an appalling comment, and Mr. Abu Azmi should immediately apologize to the nation.
बहुत ही निंदनीय बयान है और उन्होंने एक बार नहीं ऐसा कई बार कहा है। ये एक ऐसी मानसिकता है जो हमारी पार्टी में नहीं, अन्य पार्टियों में भी जो जनप्रतिनिधि होते हैं उनमें से कुछ लोग, मैं ये नहीं कहती हूँ कि सारे पुरुष ऐसे होते हैं, कुछ लोगों की आदत और मानसिकता ऐसी होती है इस तरह के बयान देने की। निंदनीय है, इसकी मैं निंदा करती हूँ। समाजवादी पार्टी इसके साथ बिल्कुल नहीं खड़ी और मेरी कोशिश है कि जरूर ये हमारे शीर्ष नेतृत्व तक ये बात जाए और उनको रोका जाए इस तरह का बयान देने के लिए। वैसे अगर उनकी ईमानदारी होगी तो वो खुद माफी मांगेंगे इस बयान।
Away from Bengaluru and on to Mumbai, where the rape victim's family finally sees hope of a breakthrough in the investigation. We're talking about the 24-year-old physiotherapist who was raped and murdered in her own home. 1 month after the incidents where she was raped, strangled and set afire in Veliparle area, the police claim that they've made headway in their investigations. My colleague Disha Shah, who has been following this case from day one, gets us the latest in this report. Take a look.
There seems to be some breakthrough in the case of a 24-year-old physiotherapist who was raped and murdered at her own place in Vilepale in Mumbai almost a month back. And for over a month, the police officials were struggling for clues. But the latest what we understand from the investigating officer at Vilepale and the DCP is that they have got hold of 2 suspects and they have already sent their medical and DNA tests for examination. And the reason they tell us is that they are very sure and certain that these 2 suspects might have committed the crime is because they were absconding right from the day 1 of the incident. And they say that once the reports are back, they'll be able to prove that whether they have committed the crime or not. But another important thing to note here is that it's been almost a month now. We have been tracking this case on our channel every single day, and what we understand is that police had questioned and investigated over 500 to 600 people, but still they were struggling for leads and clues. And now with these 2 suspects, they say that they have got some breakthrough in this case, and they have given assurance to the family that they will be able to solve this case in the next couple of days. This is Isha Shah, Film Magic Picks Now.
Shifting focus away from all of that, gone are the days when you cringed after paying service charge even if you were not entirely happy with the hotel's service. Now, the new advisory from the government has clarified that the payment of service charge is optional, which means you don't need to pay the charges if you don't wish to. Hoteliers predictably are opposing this move, but what exactly do the citizens think? Listen to some voices that we got.
The holiday season is still on and Kolkata is known for its love for food. Thus restaurants, most of the restaurants here in Park Street, they run full, they run out of space almost every evening. Surprisingly, a reality check would expose the kind of ignorance which is existing down on the ground, where most of the consumers aren't even aware the difference between a service tax and a service charge. A reality check outside will actually show as how most of the people are unaware of the notice which has been issued by the Consumer Affairs Ministry suggesting that service charge, which is mostly levied on a bill, is optional for a consumer's discretion whether they want to pay it or not. You're here waiting outside this restaurant to get inside. But do you know there is a difference between service tax and service charge?
I don't know the service tax I don't know. So.
Yes.
I think service charge is for the service which they provide, and it's optional. You can pay it or you can't pay it.
But did you know it was optional?
Yeah, I know that.
Because most of the consumers are saying that, like the woman who is standing next to you, she doesn't even know what a service charge is. So basically the tip amount is mostly included in the bill, and it can range between 4% to 5 to 20%. Yeah. Most of the restaurants do not even inform their consumers that this is a matter of consumers' discretion.
Correct. I came to know about it a long time back. So I think we need to be aware of all those things before we go to a restaurant. It's not only the responsibility of the restaurant, but as a consumer, we need to be responsible of it.
They charged me a service charge on the bill that was given to me, and when I questioned the management about, I just told them I don't want to pay the service charge as per the new rule that came out yesterday. And then they told me, he said, let me talk to the manager and get back. He went to the cashier and got back to me within 2 minutes. He told me that the new rule has not been implemented. Well, the fact remains that the new rule was already existing, it was just that people were not aware of it. Even after it has been clarified yesterday. This restaurant here in Jubilee Hills area in Hyderabad, in fact several restaurants in Hyderabad continue to say that service charge has not been implemented. The new rule has not been implemented.
Moving on to the issue which we have been tracking persistently, that of killer potholes in Maximum City, Mumbai. The Bombay High Court has pulled up all government agencies over Mumbai's pothole mess. The High Court has very firmly directed all government bodies, that is the BMC, the PWD, MMRDA and the state government, to stop passing the buck and hold a meeting to discuss solutions for pothole-free roads in the city. My colleague Disha Shah gets us all the details on this report. Listen in.
The High Court on Wednesday has directed all the government agencies, be it BMC, MMRDA and PWD, to stop passing the buck on the pothole mess across the city. In fact, it has asked all these government agencies to come together and come up with ways for more better and lasting repairs of potholes across the city. It's been more than a year now that the High Court has been following up with the BMC, with the PWD and the MMRDA to ensure that Mumbai's roads are pothole free, but the High Court says that it clearly does not seem to be the case at this point. In fact, the High Court has also set a date of 5th of January where all the senior officials of these government bodies will have to come together, have a meeting and to discuss on the solutions on the pothole mess across the city. And the BMC has to file a must compliance report about the details and the decisions taken in the meeting by 17th of February 2017. Another important point to note here is that the Western Express Highway, which comes under the PWD, was a major pain point during monsoon for thousands of commuters travelling on that particular route. So of course, the High Court has also asked the PWD to submit a separate reply on the steps taken by the PWD on the damages and repair work on the Western Express Highway, and of course to fix a deadline to repair that particular stretch of the road. And lastly, the next hearing regarding this case will be on 27th of February 2017. This is Isha Shah for Magic Picks Now.
And it's time now for our special series, Mumbai Kar Vote. Today, we take a look at the city's original trading hub, C Ward, which stretches from Abdul Rahman Street to VP Road. My colleague Suesha Sawant gets us the grit behind the glitter of what is one of Asia's biggest centers for jewelry making. Take a look.
This is where Mumbai traces its trading routes. Dana Bandar, Mithi Bandar, Chira Bazar, Loha Gali, Kalba Devi. Literally a street for trade in every commodity. Home to nearly 40 wholesale markets and Asia's largest jewelry making hub, congested lanes, illegal dilapidated buildings, haphazard parking and traffic jams are an everyday reality in Mumbai's Sea Ward. Ward sees a growing menace of pollution caused by illegal goldsmith factories, jam-packed roads and water shortage. Although due to demonetization currently, the work for goldsmiths has reduced, hence reducing pollution levels slightly, but on the whole, not much has changed. But the posh South Mumbai address does little to improve the sagging infrastructure of this area.
सब जगह पे देखो आप दिख रहे हैं कि यह सब कचरे पड़े रहते हैं. कई बार तो 2-2, 3-3 दिन तो भी नहीं उठता है. ऐसा ही पड़ा रहता है.
सबसे ज़्यादा इलीगल कंस्ट्रक्शन सी वार्ड में ही है.
स्ट्रक्चर्स वगैरह जो है काफ़ी पुराने हो चुके हैं इस बिल्डिंग के, और यहाँ पे एग्जैक्टली क्लस्टर डेवलपमेंट बहुत जल्दी नहीं हो पा रहा है.
दे नीड टू बी रिस्ट्रक्चर्ड. दे कैन फॉल एनी टाइम.
इधर पार्किंग का बहुत प्रॉब्लम है. ये जो गवर्नमेंट है आम नागरिक को लूटना चाहता है. ये बम्बई हमारा है, सालों से हम यहाँ पैदा हुए, लेकिन इधर क्या है, किधर भी गाड़ी खड़ा करो पैसा दो.
फुटपाथ यहाँ पे है कितना मैडम, आप देख लीजिए 1 फुट या 2 फुट फुटपाथ है.
The ward is also home to most of the city's old structures which are in need for immediate repairs, and residents here eagerly await a workable, practical plan for cluster redevelopment. Cleanliness is another key issue that has plagued this ward. Apart from the garbage in the house gullies and constant road digging, the litter is also caused by the floating population that comes to these markets for shopping. Another battle that residents constantly fight is the water issue. Owing to low water pressure, residents are forced to use motor pumps.
बास आती है पानी की, कचरा पड़ा रहता है, बास आती है.
टाइम पे पानी आता नहीं. इधर का जो कचरा उठाने का ऊपर से झाड़ू मार के जाते, खाली नाम के लिए दिखने के लिए. काम कोई करता नहीं. या ठेकेदार चुने हुए हैं, वो कमीशन बेस पे. वो ठेकेदार अपना ऊपर जो उनका जो है कारपोरेटर उसको कमीशन देता है. बात खत्म, काम किया ना किया.
The two biggest fears the residents of Ward C have are a building collapse and fire. Unlike the other 23 administrative wards of the BMC in Mumbai, this is the only ward that does not have a fire station of its own. In fact, Kalba Devi and Girgam are soon to get 2 new stations under the Metro 3 project. But in spite of the infrastructure development picking up in this ward, the residents who've been living here for decades continue to suffer from basic civic problems.
While corporators here have pursued the issue of garbage and pushing for a fire station for the ward, they feel the lack of support from the corporation is the reason for no development here.
यहाँ पे बेसिक इशू है हाउस गली, तो 2 बिल्डिंगों के बीच में रहती है. बेसिक उसके अंदर ड्रेनेज सिस्टम और पानी की लाइनें रहती है, पर यहाँ बहुत सालों से यहाँ पे कचरा डालने का सिस्टम है, जिसको फॉलो कर करके मैंने इतना कम करवाया है. पर मैं कहती हूँ कि अभी शायद बहुत साल लग जाएंगे लोगों को अवेयरनेस आने में.
Sea ward is very congested and there is not an inch of space in my area, and we have very close by fire station Memanwada Fire Brigade, which is very close to my area. As regards Sea ward, unfortunately there is no plot of land where this fire station could be built,
Following de-elimination, the boundaries for the electoral wards has changed, reducing the number of electoral wards from 4 to 3. This has hugely impacted the dynamics for the contesting parties as their voter profile has changed from their earlier strongholds. But only the BMC elections 2017 will tell who the Janta finally chooses to vote for. This is Suesh Asawant for Magic Bricks Now.
So that's as far as the BMC elections are concerned. Staying with elections, the Election Commission of India has announced poll dates for the upcoming assembly elections in states. Listen to what Chief Election Commissioner Naseem Zaidi had to say.
Date of publication of our final electoral roll after summary revision will take place as follows, which I would like to share with the media. Electoral roll of Goa will be published on 5th January, Manipur on 12th January, Punjab 5th January, Uttarakhand 10th January, and Uttar Pradesh on 12th January. Over 16 crores, over 160 million voters are going to participate in these elections. That is the size of the task. Nearly 100% voters have electoral photo I card. New voters who are being added to the electoral roll will also be issued elector photo I card in time-bound manner. Identification of voters at polling stations will be mandatory. Commission will distribute photo voter slips to all voters. The size, format and design of the photo voter slip has further been improved.
And with that, it's a wrap here on this edition of the news on Magic Bricks Now. Thank you so much for watching. This is Krishna Kumar signing off.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magic Bricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.